Hello students, welcome back to commercial arithmetic class. So we have completed 2 units. So today we will begin with the third unit. Before this, I want you guys to solve all the questions from first and second unit from your previous year question papers. So start preparing from now itself after each unit. So today we will study the third unit, that is average due date. So what is this average due date? So in business or in any industries, it is very common that the transaction happens very frequently. It is not just you take a product once and you stop. So there will be some deals wherein you have to take products products oftenly. So suppose you are taking one set of products on 1st June, and the shopkeeper will say that you have to pay the bill after 10 days, and then again you will buy another product on June 7th, and again he'll ask you to pay it after 10 days. So similarly many bills are generated, but you want to pay the entire sum on one particular date instead of paying on each due dates. So to decide on which date that one lump sum amount to be paid, we use the concept of average due date. So what is average due date? When a person owes another several sums due on different dates, he may pay the total sum in one lump sum on a particular date, so that neither he nor his creditor incurs any loss by way of interest. Such a date is called average due date or equated due date. So suppose you say 11th June is the date on which the bill is due, and if you are paying on 11th June, then there will be no interest. If you are paying after 11th June, then at certain percent of rate of interest you have to pay as a fine, or you have to pay the interest because you are making a delay in the payment. And suppose you will pay before 11th June, then the shopkeeper will give you discount at certain rate because you are making payment earlier than the due date. So in such cases you want to decide one date wherein neither you face any loss or the seller or the shopkeeper or the creditor have to bear any loss. So such date is called as average due date. The method of finding average due date is called equation of payments. So calculation of average due date assumes that the interest on sums or bills that are not due at the equated time is equal to the interest on sums overdue at the equated time. So we will understand these concepts when we solve problems. So average due date is used in settling accounts of a number of bills due on different dates. It is also applied in the problems of partnership, and it is used in post office, banks for allowing interest on savings account. So we will see the formulas. So to calculate equated period, the formula is summation A into D by summation A. So what is the summation? This is called as summation or total. So suppose you have values, say 10, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, so on, and this is your A. If you want to find summation of A, then you have to add all this. So it is 60. So summation of A is 60. And suppose you have two columns, say A and D. This is dates on due. So we will see what is A and what is due. And you have 1, D is 2, 3 and 4. Then A into D is nothing but you have to multiply these two. So it is 2 and 3 4s are 12. Summation AD means you have to add these two. So summation AD is 14 in this case. Summation A is 4 and summation D is 6. So summation means you have to do the totaling. So equated period is summation AD by summation A, where A is sum of a bill and D is period after which bill is due, and we are using this formula when the periods of bill are given. So they will mention it is due, the bill is due after 4 months, after 3 months. So the period of bills is given when we are using this formula. When the due dates are given instead of period, we will use this formula, which is 0 date plus summation ED by summation A. So remember these formulas. We will solve problems in the next class, and you refer some of the videos, or you can Google, or you can refer textbooks and understand the concept of average due date. It is very simple and it is very interesting also.